Let's create a Baño Espiritual for success. Starting off with charged moon water, that was from the Aries full moon. We're gonna get it to a boil and then add 9 oak leaves, and this can be any type of oak that's native to you. I use Texas live oak. Okay, counting my 9. And then we are going to throw in 3 cinnamon sticks. 1, 2, 3, there we go, right into the pot. Next, I'm going to be using angelica root, and angelica root is a very strong feminine power enhancing root. Took me forever to get a piece out of the jar, so there we go, tossed in there. Cloves. Can't go wrong with cloves. Those always help with success. They go along with the cinnamon. Here we have some mesquite, and this is golden mesquite, and so it has the same properties as the oak. It helps with grounding and it helps with success. I also use it in protective spells, so it has a lot of really awesome properties that I wanted to bring to this baño for my client. So here I am, just really going to town. The spirits were down for some mesquite. And then here's my cypress root that I use to stir all of my witchy mixes with. Stir, stir, stir toward myself, of course, because we want positive vibes. We don't want the success to go away. I threw in some sunflower petals. Those are also associated with success and happiness and growth and prosperity, and into a success baño. So giving it a couple last stirs, and I'm going to be turning it off here. Then comes the hard part. I have to let it steep forever. Once it turns a beautiful golden color, not golden, amber color, I go on over, and I like to bottle everything in glass bottles. So I save the tequila bottles from when I give Santísima tequila, and I reuse them. Here I am trying to get every last drop out. I had used a little more moon water than I expected, so I went ahead and gave a cup of this baño to Santísima as well as an offering, because it's like a cinnamon tea, almost canela tea for her. I was taught, when you do a baño like the type I just showed you all to do, it's Baño Espiritual. It's a more working type of baño, because you prepare it and it's meant to be used like the day of, right then and there. It's like the super cleansing one I did a while back. But so this one is for success. I actually made this for a client, and then I decided to make another batch so that I could show you all. But it's meant to be used the day of. So for instance, the client is having a big exam, and so the day of the exam, or the night before, I told her, take a really good bath, completely cleanse your body, and then after you're done bathing, you would pour, she has a bigger bottle than this, but you would pour over your head and all the way down, all over your body, and then you leave the mixture on until after the thing you're facing, after her test. So in her instance, she's going to smell like cinnamon for both of her exams, but it's to help her, ingredients I put in here. The cinnamon sticks, those help to make things happen, it's a catalyst, but they're also associated with luck and success on her own, and protection. And then I put in oak leaves, and those help to ground her, make her feel confident in her abilities and her skills, and be able to face whatever's coming her way. The mesquite leaves, it's another protective tree and another grounding force. Oak is also associated with success, and so is mesquite, because it's a golden mesquite. So put in angelica root, and that is to provide personal power, and it's especially strong for women. So it's an empowering root for women, help her feel more confident and more at ease, and empowered, essentially ready to face the exams. You do the baño, you pour it all over yourself, you leave it on for the thing. If you go and create a baño like this for protection, I usually try to leave the protection baño on for 3 days after pouring it all over myself. I know that's a bit extreme for some people, but if you can at least leave it in your hair for the 3 days, that can help. Make your own, experiment. Oh, just a quick add-on. These baños are meant to be used like day of or next day, maybe night of, being made. So if, like in the instance, I made this for my client and her test isn't until Wednesday, you would need to refrigerate the baño because it will mold. Like again, this client of mine, she has one exam this week and then an exam the following week. So I advised her to freeze the other half of the baño and then defrost it, warm it back up, and use it the second week as well. Same way, pouring it over, but that ensures that the baño won't mold in between now and then, since it is about a 2-week time span that she'll be dealing with it. You create one like I did today. I made this basically to show you all, and so now I can either put it in my fridge or give it away to someone, or freeze it in a different container, obviously. One last add-on. No, the putting in the fridge and the freezing it will not affect the tension of the baño because it gets warmed back up. You have to warm it back up, and so in warming it back up, you recharge those ingredients essentially. That reignites all of that excess intention that you put into the baño to begin with. Be the same effect across the board. If you're doing a protection one, you put it in the fridge. When you warm it back up, the intentions rise back up again. You're reheating, re-firing, reigniting those intentions. So don't worry about freezing it or having to put it in the fridge. And if you're still here watching this video right now, I highly suggest you check out my Patreon, because this is pretty much how I make videos on there, and I share a lot of things like this that are folk magic, things I learned from watching my grandma do it, and simple recipes.